They charged me with resisting arrest.
Get that confidence in jail.
I object.
Hello, fellow patriots, and welcome to another episode of Allegedly Bravo, the podcast about all things reality shows, celebrity, Bravo, true crime. I'm Lauren, and this is my best friend and co-host, Cash.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're back in the swing of things. Consistency, back-to-back episodes. Let's go. And it's going to be a wild one.
It's like, who are we? We're like being consistent in our episode releases.
Well, and a lot of that is,
Wow,
all thanks to the drama that happened this week, because it was wild.
This week was really wild.
It started off slow and then it really picked up.
God, it was like such whiplash.
And very unexpected whiplash.
And it was like such a boring week until Thursday. And then I was like, shit, I have so much to do. All the news is breaking.
Yeah.
How'd I get so lucky?
Yeah. I'm so excited to talk about it. We're going to talk about old Dorit and her poor run-in with those robbers in her Encino farmhouse. And then we're also going to talk about the Zayn Malik of it all, like I said, two stories came out of left field, never expected.
Out of left field.
Because you told me, I got a text from you on Thursday and you said Dorit got Kardashianed. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then I looked it up, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you have some things that you need to plug really quick.
Oh, yeah. First of all, you guys follow us on Instagram because it's really fun for us. We love our Instagram page and we think you would like it too. So follow us at Allegedly Bravo. And we've relaunched our merch store. We are now on Etsy. So there's no more slashes and dashes except for really like two. So just look at our shop on Etsy. Our shop is called Allegedly Bravo, etsy.com/shop/allegedly Bravo. That's only 2 slashes, no dashes. I actually just put in an order because I obviously made it. So I'm excited to wear it. And I'm really excited. It should be coming tomorrow. I ordered a hoodie and a shirt. And I think I'm going to go back and order the men's long sleeve that says allegedly across the back.
I think I'm going to get that one too. I really like that.
I
like the
tan. Me too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's so cute. And soft and good quality. So I'm excited to get it and put it on my body.
Can't wait.
Okay, so let's get to I don't know, Dorito. My heart is broken.
Yes. And I have a confession to make, and you are well aware because you were a part of this text chain, is when you said she got Kardashianed. And I feel bad saying this but my first thought was she did it for insurance purposes.
You and everybody else, so many people are obviously it's insurance fraud.
Okay. Of course I said that as a joke.
Right. We don't actually feel this way.
I don't actually feel that way. I just said it as a joke because it was way too coincidental coming off of the Real Housewives reunion, which was on Wednesday night.
When she's all, see, that's the thing. I feel so bad. This could not have happened at a worse time to be first of all, everybody's so critical, of anyone in the media. Right. And then they get robbed and everyone's obviously fake. It's the first thing that comes to your head, unfortunately. And she had just said I pay for all my clothes retail. And we kind of talked about how she owes $1.3 million to the federal government. So it's kind of I see why that's people's first thought.
And the people's wheels are turning. Well, let's get the timeline down so that everyone knows where we're at. So
okay.
Dorit had returned from London. She was attending, I think, her nephew's wedding out there with PK. And she returned on Wednesday to her Encino home. And she returned by herself. It was her and her kids that were inside the home. PK was still in London. It was the night of the reunion. the night the reunion was airing, 3 armed suspects break into the homes through the first floor. They broke the window. And allegedly they had gone through the room where the kids do their schoolwork and stuff.
Where
and then
where the baby learned how to do art.
Yeah, I think so. And then came into her bedroom. She woke up, which is like every woman's worst fear. And I'm sure man's worst fear is having an intruder at the foot of your bed.
Oh my God.
Pointing guns at her.
Oh my God.
They asked where her clothes and purses and everything were. She said, please, please, please. Like, I'm a mother. Please don't hurt my children. And then one of the suspects said, kill her.
Oh my God.
And she begged, like, I'm a mother. Please, 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 just don't. And then I guess they took all of her items. I don't know how much they got, but I think it was like a 20 to 30 minute ordeal.
Oh my God.
And then they left. And so we don't really have any more information than that regarding the actual incident. But supposedly Real Housewives of Beverly Hills was supposed to start filming that following day.
Yeah.
Production, I think, has been suspended. There's been Lisa, Erica, and Teddy were seen outside of her house showing up to check on her. Want to know, like, where was Kyle?
Kyle was there too.
Oh, she was. Okay, yeah. Kyle was there too. I have questions though.
And Kyle posted a little tribute to Dorito on her Instagram. So
okay.
She's a good friend.
So I have questions for you.
Okay.
1, in a home that large, wouldn't you have security? Like a security system?
In any home, like, I would want security. But so is there no security system?
I don't know, because that's why
you insure your Birkin bags without a security system? Like, I can't imagine an insurance policy on a Birkin or a okay, let's just say this for everybody listening. We are taking the emotional trauma completely out of this. Like, the emotional, and our hearts are with Dorit and her entire family. Like, the trauma, it's so sad. I cannot imagine it. It's devastating. She must be completely fucked up. I hope those kids, PK said they don't know anything. So that's good. We're praying for them. We love them. Our hearts are truly, truly, truly broken for Dorit. That being said, we need to address some issues here with how did we get in this situation? How did our little princess get robbed?
Yeah.
And the first question is, where is the alarm system?
Yes. We're looking at the logistics.
Yeah.
Because whether it was a silent alarm system, your old school alarm system, nobody has made a comment that the alarm went off or that the police, like, how did the police respond? Did she call 911? Did a neighbor call 911?
Well, and it's a 30-minute ordeal. Oh my God, you'd hope your alarm system would work before 30 minutes.
Yeah. And you would think, they shattered a giant window that would have triggered the alarm system, and then they would have alerted the company, and then the company calls 911.
Right.
I don't know. So there is a lot of speculation. There's a lot of rumors swirling. The first rumor that's swirling is that people think that Dorit planned this robbery as a storyline.
That is the most vile thing I've ever heard.
I think it's pretty crazy because there's allegations that Dorit has been demoted to a friend of this season, and people are alleging that she got so desperate that she would do this. And I just have to say, you guys, that's a little far-fetched.
That's like super ridiculous. Like, coming from someone who comes up with insane theories like mailing teeth, to prove someone's not dead. Like, that's insane. I'm sorry. There are so many more steps between, like, nobody gets, demoted from being a housewife and they're like, I know, a robbery. I'll just traumatize myself and put my kids in danger while my husband's out of town. No one would do that. Maybe a cheating rumor or get another dog from Vanderpump Rules, but like, not this. This is so tragic to be like something someone makes up. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do. I think it's a little too wild, but like I said, there's so many things that are aligning, like that it's starting, like, is it a coincidence that that night on Beverly Hills on Wednesday, they were talking about Lisa Rinna having her vintage dresses in her garage, and how Andy texted her immediately and was like, you need to get those out. Like, you immediately have to remove them. And so she said they're now somewhere else. And then Andy had asked Dorit about her fashion choices. And he's like, do the designers lend it to you? What is going on? And she said, no, I own all of that. And so it's like, then there's this theory that people think that the suspects were watching the Real Housewives reunion, heard that, and then planned the robbery.
It's like, we all watch the bling ring. That's what happens. Like, of course. And especially when one of Dorit's major storylines is her outfits. Literally her only storyline is her outfits and that little mini Kelly that she got, that everyone was like, oh my God, a pink mini Kelly.
Well, and I don't know if it's too soon, but I think her storyline's going to be changing.
Yeah, she's going to, she's going to have to like get a new one. But there's just so many things in between that and planning a robbery. You know what I mean?
But it's so odd to me. Like, they were talking about that on Wednesday, and even Kyle, right? I think Andy had asked her about the robbery, and they had referenced those earrings that Mauricio gave her on Watch What Happens Live, and how those were stolen from her property. And it was just so much talk about people's homes being broken into and personal items being stolen, and to happen that night.
Okay, I'm going to say something that's going to make you think that I'm George Glass. But there's like, what we hear is like, we only know like what we see. So like, we know that like, we know Dorit, we don't know any of the robbers. We know what we watched on TV, but we don't know what they watched on TV or how long they've been planning this, or if they were the same people who did Kyle's house. Like, we don't know anything about those other people. So our mind fills in the story with all the stuff we know about like Dorit and all that. And like, as you know, Housewives fans and petty game players, like our brains are like, oh, it got stolen because they just talked about, you know what I mean? Like our brain has to feel it does. I mean, it doesn't have to, but it does. Like kind of like when you have anxiety and you're like, oh, there's obviously a bear outside that's going to eat me. It's like the same thing that we do here. Like,
it's irrational. It's irrational.
Yeah. It's like unknown. So we fill it in. That's what I think.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. And it's just, you have so much information in your head, the wheels start turning and you almost start becoming this conspiracy theorist. Really it's starting to become a theme of this podcast. We need to be checked. Like, someone check us. Wait, can we talk about something? Just a brief segue.
Okay.
Last week's episode, both Lauren and I made very stupid comments. One of those being, I refer to Rust as a Midwestern film. And I have to. When I tell you I listened to it and I started crying, laughing, I'm like, a Midwestern film? Like, what was this filmed in the middle of Illinois? Like,
I know my mom called and was like, oh my God, she was laughing so hard. She's like, tell Cash it's not a Midwestern. We're smart, you guys. We swear.
I promise you, it's a Western film. Anyways, sorry. I forgot we had to. And then you said something else, and I can't remember now what it was, but we were dying laughing.
Me neither, but I apologize for it.
Anyways, okay, back to Dorit. back to Dorit.
Yeah.
So the other theory, obviously, was the insurance policy claim. That was another rumor that was swirling. But I have something else I want to talk about.
Uh-oh.
I think this was an inside job. Meaning, I don't think Dorit was linked to it. I think it was somebody she knew, because it's way too suspicious that it aligned so perfectly with PK being out of town. She was home with the kids. Like,
well, isn't the statistic or there's
very
like
Kardashian.
Yeah, and very Kyle Richards. And it's like, they say that like most robberies and stuff, like most people who like commit crimes against you are close to you. You know,
and think about the person that's closest to Kyle and Dorit, who's the common denominator here.
Dude, I know. And that's why I wondered, like, did Edwin install the security system?
Yeah, I know.
It's rude what we're doing, for sure. And I'm not accusing her of anything.
Not accusing, but we are holding her accountable.
But I'm gonna wonder.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wonder.
We're going to hold her accountable to that
Mhm.
common denominator.
Yeah, because it's weird, you guys.
Oh my God, you guys, it's a joke. We're here to have fun.
Yeah, we're just here to have fun. We're just
Teddy,
here to have
don't
fun.
send your lawyers after us.
No, Teddy, we
Okay.
actually think you're funny sometimes.
Sometimes off camera.
Off camera. On Instagram.
Off camera on Instagram, only on your birthday.
Yeah,
when you were in
when
Mexico.
the dad fell into the pool, I loved that. That I loved. Like her dad, old man, fell into the pool. He's like a famous singer. Into the pool.
Yes, he is a famous singer, and her dad was married to Meg Ryan.
Oh, which I heard from that Housewives book. Like I have downloaded it and I haven't read it yet. But what I heard is that. What did I hear about that? I can't remember.
They're no longer together.
Yeah, I just had a massive brain fart.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. So that is all we know right now with Dorito Chip. We will keep you updated as the weeks
I'm
progress.
sorry. I just remembered that Meg Ryan was going to be a housewife. Like she was being like pitched to be a housewife. Yeah. And then she didn't do it. Allegedly, according to the book that I haven't read.
Okay. Wait. What are our thoughts on a mother-daughter duo on Housewives? Like a Kyle Farah.
Oh.
Like bringing her daughter in.
Huh. Listen, I'm not sure about it because I would need a daughter that's like already like married and kind of in the group already. Like Farah, I feel like is still way more fun than these ladies.
Yeah. What about Paris is too?
I love Paris Hilton.
I know. I think she's coming out with a new
she's coming
documentary about her wedding.
Oh yeah. Paris in Love. I'm
so
going
excited.
to be watching it. I literally will watch Paris Hilton do anything. I love her. I think she's cute.
I can't wait for Kim Richards to come back. And I think she's coming back this season, you guys.
I just want what's best for Kim.
I want the manic, funny energy. Like I don't want the toxicity. We had that for so long in the early years. Like,
and I think they've all moved past that. I think they now have even with Kyle and I don't know. Kyle seems less manic with Kathy around. Have you noticed she's having less allergy attacks and panic attacks? But they also didn't fly anywhere. But no, they did.
They did.
Yeah. So I think Kathy's mellowed her out.
Well, and I think that we really need to get Kim on the show to give her a paycheck. I really worry about Kim's finances.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's a good point.
Well, you guys, moving on, we're not moving that far away. Like we are in the Beverly Hills nexus because our next topic is about old retired, I shouldn't say old, that's so mean. Retired former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Yolanda Hadid and her manic, insane son-in-law, Zayn Malik.
What on earth? Okay, so this all allegedly, this all just happened on October 28th. When?
No, September 29th.
Right, but we all heard about it in October. We're coming hot off the heels, which is why we don't have a ton of documents because nobody has a ton of documents. It just happened in the court.
This is breaking news.
This is what we like to call fresh and juicy meat and potatoes. Okay, so on October 28th, 2021, we were all notified by TMZ that Yolanda Hadid, former housewife of Beverly Hills, alleged that Zayn Malik, former One Direction ruiner, struck her last week, aka September, and was debating filing a police report.
Wow.
I mean, when I heard that, I was like, what does that mean? Struck her? What and how and why? Why are we hitting people?
Yes. My initial thought, and I also thought, okay, this is a publicity stunt of some sort, but then I realized it came from the holy grail of gossip magazines, TMZ, which
I hate that.
Everything is generally true that comes through TMZ. Right. I hate to say it.
I know, but I hate
it. As the story developed, TMZ, they broke the story saying that Zayn told TMZ, I adamantly deny striking Yolanda Hadid, and for the sake of my daughter, I decline to give any further details, and I hope that Yolanda will reconsider her false allegations and move forward towards healing these family issues in private. However, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, at this point, on this random day, which I believe was Thursday, all we know is that Yolanda said Zayn struck her, and Zayn was like, I deny it, and for the sake of my daughter, I'm not going to talk about it. And Yolanda's lying, and we're all like, "What? What happened?"
Yes, because I think we can all agree that we believe Yolanda in this situation, not Zayn, right?
I think we can all agree.
Okay,
so but then, do you want to read Zayn's later statement? Okay,
yes, because this is when I saw this,
I shot myself.
It knocked me out of my boots.
Yeah. Right out of them boots.
Right out of them cowboy boots in the Midwest. So you guys, I will never live that down. I think I was trying to say Southwest. I don't know. You guys.
I think my mom was like, maybe because now you live in the Midwest. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. This girl's just losing it. We all are.
Oh my God. So stupid. Okay. Excuse me.
Am I boring you, Andy?
No. Oh my God, that is so funny. Okay, so later that day, on October 28th, Zayn, after he denies it, right? Mm-hmm. Then he goes,
mid-afternoon, actually 12:30.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to take to Instagram. No. And he says, he posts via notes. As you all know, I am a private person, and I'm very much want to create a safe and private space for my daughter to grow up in, a place where private family matters aren't thrown on the world stage for all to poke and pick apart. Sorry, wait, let me put my glasses on. This font is so small. In an effort to protect that space for her, I agreed to not contest claims arising from an argument I had with a family member of my partner's who entered our home while my partner was away several weeks ago. This was and still should be a private matter, but it seems for now there is a divisiveness, and despite my efforts to restore us to peaceful family environment that will allow for me to co-parent my daughter in a manner in which she deserves, this has been, in quotes, leaked to the press. I'm hopeful, though, for healing for all involved and with the harsh words shared. And more importantly, I remain vigilant to protect Kai and give her the privacy she deserves. Okay, so much to unpack here.
So much to unpack here.
Okay. First, you say you want to keep the private matters private, but then you make a public statement.
Right.
Then
the longest public statement anyone made, by the way.
Yes. And then you talk about how your wife's mom entered your home while your partner was gone. Again, say that it should be a private matter. And then you talk about how your daughter should be protected, and that then somebody leaked this to the press. Okay. The problem is the 28th was what day? Thursday. He pled no contest on Wednesday. It became a public record on Wednesday.
Right, exactly.
And so it was not leaked. You pled no contest and took accountability for your actions, and it was therefore made public.
Like, this is now a public record. Don't do the crime if you don't want us to talk about it on our podcast. Zayn.
Yeah. And I think that it's so passive aggressive, though, how he's referred to it being leaked. And again, pointing the finger probably at Yolanda, like, how dare you make this private matter public? It's like, oh, no, you committed a crime.
Right. And the thing that really, really, really like gave me the ick about this is when I was reading it, it's like, I'm a private person and I want to protect my daughter and I want to do this. And someone entered our private home. And then, but it's like, never once acknowledges like, oh, and I don't want it on the world stage to pick it and pull it apart, but never once acknowledges like that, like he pushed Yolanda, like I'm sorry for what I did, or like the altercation, anything, but he was just like blaming her for like putting it out there. And it's like making him look like the good guy when he's trash.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have easily did a little bit of self-reflection and made an apology.
Well, it
but
makes me
instead
want to
he-
say like, say less, Zayn. Just
Say
say less.
But it's his ego that's getting in the way because
And
he
how
wants.
how could you create a safe and private space for your daughter to grow up in when you're hitting people in your home?
Hitting your daughter's grandmother.
Right.
And it's just
Okay.
He wants the public to think that Yolanda coming into his home was a bigger crime than him pushing her. Like it was
we don't even
defensible.
know that at this point. Like at this point in during the day, we're still getting
Correct.
Yolanda says she was shoved. Zayn says he didn't do it. And now Zayn put out a notes essay talking about how he's like gonna be a safe person for his daughter after he pushed his grandma. Like, what the fuck?
Do you want to read then what came next?
Yes.
This is shocking.
Right. Okay. Like, you guys, trigger warning because we're going to say bad words, really bad words, like the S word and stuff and the F word. Okay. So, allegedly, Zayn was at the home that he and Gigi live in, right? Together. Because even
in Pennsylvania,
which is a big 32-acre ranch, I suggest you read the Harper's Bazaar article. It sounds cute. So allegedly, Zayn and Yolanda got into a huge argument, and Zayn allegedly said to Yolanda, called Yolanda a fucking Dutch slut.
I don't know why it makes me giggle. Like I want it on a shirt.
A fucking Dutch slut. I'll make you a shirt that says that. And then told her to stay away from my fucking daughter and the fucking sperm that came out of my fucking cock. And then he allegedly shoved her into a dresser.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you said trigger warning, we are going to be saying offensive words, and you said the S word, I definitely thought you meant sperm, not slut.
Yeah.
Like what so gross.
I know. Okay. So, right. Like you would think the sperm would be the worst part of it, but then he shoved her into a dresser.
What a dick.
And here I am, and probably the rest of America, whoever cares, is like sitting there being like, wait a minute, your mother-in-law came over and you called her a fucking Dutch slut and to stay away from the fucking sperm that came out of my fucking cock and pushed her?
Okay, the push is crossing the line.
I would be pissed.
Not to be devil's advocate in this situation, but I'm assuming Yolanda, there's a lack of boundaries possibly in this relationship where she probably has a key to their house. And this is just the straw that broke the camel's back, because I'm assuming she's probably popped in unannounced multiple times and it's become an issue clearly in the relationship. And I think that there's nothing more offensive than when people come into your space unannounced. And it's like, I get that she's the mother-in-law and she's the grandmother of their child, but you still have to respect each other's boundaries. But who knows? We don't even know if that's we don't know. We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gigi could have asked her mom, hey, can you go over and pick up blah, blah, blah. I need it and send it to me.
Well,
and I don't know if we may want to bleep this out, but there are allegations.
Yeah, I was going to say this.
And there are rumors out there that are very, I think, well known that there are substance abuse issues happening.
Potentially. Yeah. Allegedly, according to like blind items and stuff.
Allegedly, which makes sense.
With the outburst
and the erotic behavior.
So this whole time that, this is going on, obviously Yolanda suffers from mental anguish and pain because like, ouch, to get pushed into a dresser. Now, I'm also wondering how this affects her Lyme's disease, because she's already in base level pain. And so I consider that sort of an eggshell plaintiff. If he shoved her, I hope she's okay. Like, she's got a disease, Zayn. What the fuck is wrong with you besides a lot? So then, do you know who Jake Paul is?
Yes, and I did not see this portion, and this is so funny to me. Can you please explain this?
Yes. So in 2020, Jake Paul and Gigi Hadid got into a bit of like a Twitter altercation. And it all started because
did Jake want to fight Zayn?
yes, because Zayn and Jake were like somewhere together, and Zayn allegedly randomly told Jake Paul to fuck off, like for absolutely no reason. And
Zany Bear's got a little bit of a mouth on him.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like, Zayn, you need to chill out. We're not doing that, you know? So Zayn says fuck off for no reason, and Jake Paul calls him out on Twitter. And then Gigi gets involved, and she's like, don't say that about my respectful king, you irrelevant ugly, like all this stuff. Like it was feudy.
Can we pause for a minute?
Yeah.
I find it, maybe this will be my criminal behavior, but I find it disgusting when people refer to their significant others or themselves as like king and queen. It's such a God complex.
But sometimes I'm like, Queenie vibes.
Yeah, but I guess it's in the context that this tweet has been.
This is my respectful king.
Like, respect my king. It's like, yeah. You mean the ex-member of One Direction? Like,
who
sorry.
fucked it all up? Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, totally. King, like, whatever. No. It's like kind of weird. So then Jake Paul retweeted Gigi's 2020 tweet saying the thing about the respectful king grossness, and retweeted it and goes, your respectful king punched your mom in the face. Oh my God.
Mic drop.
I know.
Drop. Wow.
I was like, ooh, someone holds a grudge. I got to say, comedic timing, spot on.
Wow. You know, this might be controversial, but I think the Paul brothers are onto something. And I think that they're making so much money.
So much money.
I don't know. I'm into it.
Yeah, I want to see what happens, but I want them to be safe because I don't like all this fighting going on. I don't like it.
Really quick, did you hear one of the Paul brothers is fighting Tommy Fury from Love Island?
Oh, really?
I don't know which one. Yeah, I get the brothers confused, but one of them is fighting the guy from Molly's boyfriend from Love Island. Yeah, that will be happening.
Molly and him are the cutest Love Island couple.
Yeah, so I might be.
The Paul brothers are problematic on other levels, though.
Yeah, like the raid that happened at his house.
There was also like the dead bodies hanging from the trees thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of there.
Honestly, the worst was when they drove the truck over the beach where the turtles were hatching.
Oh my God. It's like, what is wrong with these fuckers?
Like, you don't respect people. You don't respect animals. Like,
I don't understand how like you can be a person who drives a car over a beach with turtles and you still have a job. You're thriving, but like someone makes one mistake at work and they get fired. You know what I mean? Like life ruined. It's just like so annoying to me.
Yeah, I miss a deadline. Nobody died, but I possibly could get fired.
Right. But like all the turtles are alive.
The checks and balances. Yeah. The checks and balances of this world are so out of control.
The world's not fair. Okay. So another thing is like in that Harper Bazaar article that I was talking about earlier about like Gigi's house, she also mentions in it like how like great Zayn is in arguments with the family, and that at first he had kind of a hard time like asserting himself into her family dynamic because, you know, it's like very it's not matronly. Oh, matriarchal. Like that's a very woman-centered family. And I feel like Zayn is like a very masculine energy. And so I feel like that was not a vibe, you know, just
I don't even want to say it's masculine. It's toxic.
Oh, he 1,000% has toxic energy as well. But I think even if he was
I get what you're saying,
a kind person, like he gives off like a vibe of like, he's just a more male energy to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't really get that because then he's charged with harassing Gigi during this whole altercation because according to TMZ, that same day, Zayn screamed at Gigi, strap on some fucking balls and defend your partner against your fucking mother in my house.
Yes.
And allegedly during this time, Gigi was in Paris. And so Zayn said this on the phone to Gigi.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason being is that she was on the phone with him, and I think it was on speakerphone, and Gigi overheard everything that was going on with Yolanda and heard the argument that was going on with Yolanda because Gigi was in Paris during Fashion Week and then had to abruptly leave.
Wow.
And so and then the bodyguard was there too. And so Zayn was getting hot with Yolanda and the bodyguard, which not a great idea.
I'm wondering about this bodyguard. Like, is this bodyguard someone who's like always at Zayn and Gigi's house, like a protection person? Is this bodyguard someone who like Yolanda brought over? Like, I just have questions about why this bodyguard was in the room, because according to the documents TMZ had, Zayn tried to fight the bodyguard and told the bodyguard, get the fuck out of my fucking house, copper. Because, he's British.
Yeah. I think that it's their bodyguard that's on their property.
Yeah.
I would assume, because he probably heard them arguing and then came in the room. Yeah. I have so many dark theories about this that we can't talk about on this podcast. It has to be behind a paywall, but
yeah. Apparently before this whole altercation occurred, that Gigi and Zayn had been split up, and Gigi actually put a statement out to People Magazine this day. And she said, the statement said through her representative on the best for Kai. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
My whole school. Oh yeah. So according to BuzzFeed, they reported that Yolanda, Bella, and Anwar all unfollowed Zayn, but Gigi and Mohammed still follow Zayn. And one thing I do want to say is, like, why the fuck are we caring who follows who? BuzzFeed News, that is not news. Nobody cares. Okay, stop it. But yeah.
And then after reading that article, they made you take a quiz about, which food group best represents you as a person.
Right,
they have those stupid quizzes. Are you more of a pasta or a vegetable?
Right. It's like the next BuzzFeed article is like Gigi and Zayn break up because Gigi is an artichoke, but Zayn is a pizza.
Okay, so it looks like they had previously broken up, though. They had separated prior to this incident.
And they were just co-parenting and living together.
Okay, so they're co-parenting, living together. A source told people that Gigi and Zayn are not together right now, but they co-parent, and there's no love lost between Yolanda and Zayn.
Do you believe that? Like, who's that source? There's no love lost between Yolanda and Zayn. I might have love lost. Like, I guess I'm just not like a strong Dutch woman, because all the love would be lost.
No, that saying means that they dislike each other, but they'll be polite to one another.
Oh, really?
That's what that saying means. Like, there's no love lost. Like, I don't care about you, but I'll be polite to you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, all right.
Hey, wait, hold on. Let me look this up really quickly. No love lost, dislike, ill will, hate, as there's no love lost between Bob and Bill. The term originated in the 1500s and until about the 1800s could indicate either extreme love or extreme hate. The former was meant in no love between these two was lost. Each was to the other kind. Today, however, the term signifies ill will exclusively. Fun fact.
Okay, wow. Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah, no, that's what. Like, there's no
so
love
protective
lost
over Yolanda in that moment.
Oh no, yeah.
Still protective though. Okay, so I wanted to ask you about Zayn pleading no contest, because I'm not exactly sure what that means versus like pleading guilty or not guilty.
Yeah, so the purpose of entering like I said, every criminal pleads no contest, and it's often used to avoid civil liability. So when you say no contest, you're taking responsibility, but you're not confessing your guilt.
Oh, okay.
It's very common. Very, very. Yeah, it's very common. You can either plead not guilty, guilty, or no contest. And so
So you would either be like, yeah, I did it, I'm guilty. No, I didn't do it, I'm not guilty. Or no contest, meaning like I'm taking some accountability here, but I'm not going to say that I'm guilty because I don't want you to come after me civilly.
Yeah, let's just say in my 2 years as being a prosecutor, I only saw one person. I mean, unless they were convicted in a trial, but I only saw one person plead guilty.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else pleads no contest.
Okay.
But so in this instance, he pled no contest. He was charged with 4 counts of assault. And in Pennsylvania, assault, so California has assault, but it's very rarely like verbal assault's not really prosecuted. So in Pennsylvania, simple assault, which would be a misdemeanor in this case, that's what I'm assuming. I don't think it was a felony because of what he pled to and his punishment. But simple assault's generally a misdemeanor, and it includes intentionally or recklessly causing injury to another, negligently causing bodily injury to another with a deadly weapon. So in this case, the intentionally or recklessly causing injury when he pushed Yolanda against the dresser, or attempting to put another in fear or imminent serious bodily injury, which I assume was another one. This one's not applicable, but it's intentionally sticking a law enforcement officer or prison employee with a hypodermic needle.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm like, I think that should be, because in some states they use assault synonymously with battery, whereas in California, assault and battery are 2 different things.
Wow.
Generally, assault is a threat of violence. In misdemeanor land, battery is like a physical touching of a person, but then assault with a deadly weapon, which is a felony, is, you know, like I have a knife and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh my God.
So,
yeah.
But he pled no contest. He agreed to 90 days probation for each count. So he got about 1 year of probation. He has to anger management, domestic violence program, and he's not to have any contact with Yolanda Bear or the security guard. And then there was an agreement that he can terminate probation at 6 months if he completes the terms, which is common nowadays with low-level offenses.
So this like DV program and anger management program and stuff, like, is he getting special treatment because he's a celebrity that he could just do anger management and DV training? Or is that like some sort of punishment that's usually given out?
Yeah, so Pennsylvania is different than California, obviously, but in California, for a simple battery like this, like pushing somebody against a dresser, your anger management program would be 8 hours of anger management, and it can be completed online. And it's a common term for some type of crime that's involving a simple assault or a simple
with like
battery.
a first time offender.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
And so the DV program has to be associated with it has to be attributed to his conduct with Gigi, which is so weird to me. And I want more information on this because Gigi was on the phone. So really there was no imminent threat to her or her safety. But so I don't know how Pennsylvania works though, in terms of, I wonder how they were able to loop her in to this
thing, this whole case. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very odd to me, but the DV program, I don't know how long that is in Pennsylvania, but in California, a domestic violence program is 52 weeks. And it is
good, a whole year.
Very, very strict. And it is very expensive.
What if you can't afford it?
Super expensive. The courts don't care.
Oh, can you pick jail instead?
Yeah.
Like if you're like, I don't have that kind of money, like, can I just go to jail? Man,
you could go to
sucks.
It doesn't suck because you've hurt another woman or your spouse or your partner and you've caused some type of physical injury.
That they don't have like scholarship for it, because I bet that course would be helpful to someone who's a batterer.
Yeah. And it's funny because when I was working at the DA's office, we talked a lot about how we need to restructure domestic violence crimes in California because, you know, first level offenses, a 52-week program is a lot to ask of somebody. I understand that it can be beneficial, but it should be like, just like the DUI programs where it's a 6-week program, it's a 3-month program or a 12-month program, like 9 or 12 months, depending on the severity of the crime. It should be more tiered and structured. And there should be programs that allow people to go that are less expensive, because the whole point is to rehabilitate somebody. And, you know, that's a whole different topic, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens in 6 months. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a an abstention clause that may have been attached to that, but
Oh yeah, like don't be drinking, don't be consuming.
yeah, which is, but
So one thing that I wanted
zany.
the Zayn thing's bad, and one thing that I wanted to like wonder about out loud is where was the baby this whole time?
Sleeping, I don't know, in a crib.
Maybe.
But the thing, so in California, if you are to like push your spouse or your partner into a dresser and your child's present, not only can you be charged for domestic battery against your spouse, but child endangerment because your child's present and you're putting the child's health and safety at risk.
Yeah.
And so that's another charge that then can require a 52-week course.
But could you do
course.
them simultaneously, or would you have to do 52 and then 52? Do you know?
You can do them at the same time.
Yeah.
But a lot of times prosecutors then negotiate it down so that you can do the 52-week course. And a lot of times if you're found guilty of a child endangerment, you most likely have child dependency proceedings, which is separate. And a lot of times the court will order you to do parenting classes, and those can be taken into account. Anyways, yeah.
Okay, so it's safe to assume that because there's no child endangerment charge here, we can safely assume that Kai was nowhere near this incident.
I would have, not in the room. But again, that's me speculating just based on I would need more information, but I'm assuming the kid was not in the room. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, so that wraps that up. And I think at this point, all we can say is like justice for Yolanda Hadid. I hope that whatever's going on with Zayn gets sorted out because there's a child involved. I hope that Kai was nowhere near this. And I hope that,
I feel bad for Gigi.
I do too. What a place.
It's hard.
And to not even be in the country while all this is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, and to be at work, like serious, like Paris Fashion Week work. Like, I don't know. I just feel bad for everybody.
I'm interested to see how this develops. Like, will this behavior continue? Are they going to completely separate? And is he going to go back to London?
I bet you that we'll see him checking into Promises Malibu for exhaustion. So be on the lookout, you guys.
Okay. Well, that wraps up this week's episode. Do you have a criminal behavior?
Yes. My criminal behavior is people who rob people.
Very, very literal.
Yeah. Like, don't do that. It's a crime. And also, like, it's just so mean. Like, here's the deal. Don't rob. Like, let's not rob. Don't rob. But if you're going to be a robber, be a victimless robber. Like, don't steal from a person. Like, don't hurt somebody. Like, stop hurting people. Let's all just like not hurt each other. Yeah. How about that's just the line? We don't hurt people.
Yeah. It creates trauma.
Yeah. Okay. What's yours? Probably
some first Dorito Chip.
Yeah.
Mine's a little more lighthearted. It kind of goes along the lines of like people that say, my kings and queens, right? Something that really, really bothers me, and you see it a lot in the entertainment industry, is when people bow. Like they put their hands together and like in an act of gratitude or thanks. I find it to be so offensive, and I find it to be so annoying and narcissistic.
It's so weird.
Because it is something that generally it's white people that do it. And it's like, that is not part of your culture. Like that, I don't understand it. It's not, it also is like so narcissistic and like, I'm going to put my hands together and like, you guys love me and appreciate me so much that like, I have to, I don't know. I can't even really articulate it. It's just, it bothers me and it sends a chill up my spine. It's so annoying. People do it all the time. Just watch, when you're saying this, like the picture in my head is Nicole Kidman doing anything. Like I feel like she's the epitome of bowing. I don't know why. I don't even know if she does it. You know who I was gonna say? Tom Cruise. Oh, Tom Cruise. There you go. Just like, yeah, Tom Cruise. Okay, gross. I'll just do another one. Like my other criminal behavior though is I'll say like more lighthearted.
I really don't appreciate it. First of all, I'm not big good handshaking anymore because of the pandy. And like, I just feel like it allowed everyone to reset their personal space boundaries. And mine is now no more handshaking. Fuck you. But some guy wanted to shake my hand when we were meeting. So I was like, fine. And he physically turned my hand. Like I reached out like a normal person and he grabbed my hand and turned it so that the top of my hand was facing up like a dainty lady and like shook it like that and then let go. And
wow,
it feels clammy to me.
His hand was clammy?
No, like the whole like vibe felt clammy to me. Like it feels gross.
We need to break this down.
Okay.
We need to break this down.
Okay.
Happy Vine is when you go to shake somebody's hand and they only give you like the
little
first
fingers,
little baby, like 3 fingers.
Yeah.
And you're going in for a full handshake because to me, a handshake is your first introduction to somebody. So it should be firm yet light. Like,
right.
And it should be stern.
Right. Like assertive,
respectful.
But respectful. Like
exactly.
I always learned in cotillion, you match the hand that greets you.
And I also can't stand when you said clammy. If you know you have wet hands or sweaty hands and you're going in to shake, wipe your hand on the side of your leg. Like,
or just give us just go for my arm, like clap on the arm, like, hey buddy, just do that instead.
I find it so disrespectful. It's like, you can feel that your hands might be a little sweaty. Wipe your hand.
I feel like there's just so many problems with handshakes these days. It's like, let's just stop.
I can't tell you the last time I've done it.
Well, the last time I did it was when the guy turned my hand like a dainty flower.
You are a dainty flower.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys, on that note, we are done.
We're done here. Okay, so before we go though, like follow us on Instagram at Allegedly Bravo. Check out our Etsy store by searching for Allegedly Bravo as a shop, and let us know what you like want to see from us. Like, do you have any episodes that you want us to cover? Bravo related, not Bravo related, let us know. Also, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/allegedly Bravo. We have a lot of fun over there. We have some episodes we need to post pretty soon here, and it's fun. You can pick how much you want to like contribute. So anywhere from $1 to $20. Like we don't care. We just want to like have a group of people, like a little community, because we don't do Facebook.
Yeah, and I think our next Patreon episode is going to be a little get to know us. We're going to ask each other some questions, get a little bit more personal. Yeah, because you guys know some things about us, but not a lot. And we're here to open up, like Lauren said, create a nice little fun community. So
also, if anyone lives in the Midwest, specifically St. Paul, please DM us because I need friends. I need to hang out with people out here.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back next week.
Bye.
Bye.